What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and I'm here today to preview South Park: The Fractured But Whole. Now, South Park: The Fractured But Whole comes out on October 17th, 2017 for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. So to start off, what I want to really talk about with this game is, firstly, let's talk about a little bit about the first game. Now, I never played the first game, but Tyler did, and I believe he gave it Game of the year that he played it. He absolutely loved it, and, I'm not a big South Park fan, but after hearing him out and after really seeing a lot of South Park and after seeing what a lot of people were saying about it, it's clear that first game was really something special. It had the looks, obviously, of South Park, and it was probably the funniest video game anybody ever played. Not to mention, though, that it was just an actual good game. And I think obviously that's very, very, very important. And they obviously put a lot of time, a lot of effort into it. I know, going into it, it was looking pretty unsure if it was actually going to be something special or just another kind of, product of a movie/television show being put into a game that maybe wouldn't work. But it turned out phenomenally. Now, this game looks even better. And this game I'm fully 100% on board with. I've watched every trailer for it. As soon as it got announced, I was super, super excited. And, I followed it the whole time, and I was disappointed that it got delayed. It was supposed to come out earlier than this time. But, I am very, very excited for it to come out. And, I think the superhero thing is absolutely perfect because there's so much, the pop culture into the superhero movies. These movies are extremely popular, and obviously superhero movies have made a name for themselves over the past several years. They're very, very big, and for South Park the game to go after that really and make the whole thing just like a funny joke is actually the perfect comedic way you could possibly go. It's genius, it really is. And the trailer talking about the phases and you're gonna come in phase 3 and all that stuff, it is really, really good, and I have no doubt this game is going to be funny. I don't watch South Park, but when I have seen it, it makes me laugh. It's funny, it's edgy, but I really like it. And the first game, I have seen clips of the first game, I've watched extended playthroughs of it, and it's funny. It's legit hilarious, and you should take people at their word when they say it's the funniest game they ever played. And this game, from what we've seen of trailers and snippets of gameplay, it looks just as funny. It's going to be hilarious, and it's going to be cool to be able to see a game like this. Not just that, but with the superhero theme, it actually is coming out at a rather good time, before Halloween. I know they're not dressing up, they actually are superheroes, and your character kind of goes in their group, and you get to pick your super, and it's an RPG, and I like the style of the game. I like that it's a little bit open worldish. You get to explore, there's quests, there's side quests, there's weapons. I like the fighting style, how they changed. It's not just one attacks one. You get to move around kind of like a playing board, and there's obstacles, and there's really the pieces of the environment that you can use for your advantage to either protect yourself or hurt the enemies and chain things and all sorts of stuff. The combat looks really intuitive and fun and interesting in this game, and I don't think that that's going to be a problem at all. I think we're going to jump in. It's going to look beautiful. It looks really, really good. The first game looked really good, and this game looks just as good. We're going to jump in. It's going to look beautiful. It's going to be a funny story, one that you can just follow through and you're laughing a lot. But then when you actually get into the game and you play it, it's just a real solid game. I think that's obviously what the first game was. And I think if they follow really the same formula, just changing up obviously the story and why you're there and all that stuff, this game can be just the same but even better. I think it really has all the potential to be a really good game that I don't know if it's fallen under people's radars with Shadow of War coming out a week before it, and I do feel like that's the case. Within a 2-week span, we've got Shadow of War, we got Evil Within 2, and we have South Park, and I feel like South Park has kind of been hidden a little bit, but I feel like as soon as it comes out and it gets these 9s and 10 out of 10s, people are going to start to see it for what it is again. And coming from personally that I was a skeptic. I didn't believe in the first South Park game. I didn't buy it. I didn't want to buy it. Tyler bought it. I think he bought it late and cheaper, but he absolutely loved it. Like I said, he gave it Game of the Year, and I totally see why. It's good. It's a very, very solid game, and I believe that this game will be much the same. Will it stand out and be better than Shadow of War? Will it be better than the new Assassin's Creed, which we still don't really know if it's going to be that great or not? It could be. It could actually be better than all of those games. We'd have to see. I think it's a dark horse candidate for a game of the year if it just comes out, knocks our socks off by being hilarious and just being a good overall game to play, which I think it totally can. And because it's got the premise, it's got the South Park thing. The first game obviously had a lot. Obviously, it's in the South Park world, so it's going to have a lot of Easter eggs. It's going to have a lot of knowledge and information that you connect with the actual TV series. Now, when I'm playing the second game, am I going to get those? No, I'm not. But I don't think you really need to. I think from what I saw, at least, of both of these games, you don't necessarily need to be in that world. You just need to understand humor. You need to understand kind of like edgy humor, and that's it. You kind of just jump right in. I'm sure I'll miss some things, some connections, some like inside, season 3, episode 2 joke, but I'm going to get the general picture. I think a vast majority of people would, and there's a lot of South Park fans out there just in general, and I'm sure anybody that bought the first game would want to jump into this game as well. So I'm extremely excited for this game. I think it could be a Game of the Year contender. I'm going to buy it day one. We're going to have loads of content on it on the channel. So let me know what you guys are thinking about South Park, The Fractured But Whole. It's a perfect title, by the way. And let me know what you guys thought of the first game, the Stick of Truth. Let me know what you thought of both of them or just the South Park franchise in general. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now, for more previews every week. We do movie and game previews. Like and share this video, and I will see you guys on the next game preview.